Alright, so today is Tuesday, December 21st, 2026. It's like 7:45 in the morning. I just got home from work and I'm pooped. Well, first off, yeah, I went to the gym last night. It was ab night. And I had a feeling it was going to be a good night when I saw Omen. I didn't see her initially, but and where I was working out, I think kind of caught her off guard or something. Because I didn't see him when I walked in. I didn't see her when I walked in. I was back. I was back in the corner doing my own thing, working out. It was ab day, so needless to say, I started with crunches and worked my way out, keeping with the two, 1, 2, or the two or three, 2, 1, whatever. The whole slowing the fuck down. I'm just gonna say that. So like doing a 2 second, you know, crunch with a 1 second hold with a 2 second release, doing shit like that, just trying desperately to slow the fuck down. And I felt the workout. I mean, it was amazing. I definitely felt it, and I was in the gym for maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. I'm looking now. Um, hour and 19 minutes. I didn't do as much volume as I normally do, and I was okay with that. I was really okay with that. Just because this, I know my strength, but it's too much for my body to not develop. So I've been low. I lowered the weight, and I'm holding more. Get out of there. Go, I'll get you food in a minute. And I've been holding it, and I can feel it more. I'm definitely realizing the potentials to that. And I think I'm actually going to incorporate that into my workout. But, anyways, once she actually noticed I was there, she was staring a lot. And I mean a lot. We may have connected eyes 2 or 3 times, which was interesting. Because I would be going in and out of rest periods, and I would be like zoning out, doing my thing, and immediately come back and start my exercise. And that's right when I'd catch her looking at me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it was interesting. It was just an interesting interaction we were having because we continually look at each other, which is weird. But I'm trying not to make it obvious. I'm just doing my thing. Because that's the whole purpose of me going to the gym is just to exercise. But damn, she's hot. But yeah. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. We kept connecting eyes, and I'm like working out, and I'm like, I don't understand what the thought process is here. I'm like, in my head, I'm not that great looking of a dude. Or it's just we see each other so often that it just kind of making that connection. I don't know. I have no idea, and it's intriguing, to say the least. So, anyways, I would. As soon as I finished up my free weight activities, I did weighted crunches, and then I did um, the oblique twister. And I was leaving the oblique twister, and I was thinking of doing another exercise, and I was also thinking about going to work because at this point I'm hungry. According to the app, I had burned, I don't even know, 515 calories, and the walk to the gym was like 160, so like 600 something calories. I was kind of hungry, so I was like, should I just go to work and get early and get food? See if A's there, and she was, you know, kind of snuck in, which was funny. But anyways, before I get to that point, I walked out of the hip exercise ab area, secondary ab area where the rotator is, and I was walking back towards the end, and that's what I was thinking. That I was like, should I just end it now? I mean, I'm hungry. I don't care about the volume today. And she was walking right past me, and she was just staring at me. And it wasn't even a bad stare. It was just like, boop. And then I just said to her right then and there, I was like, I don't know what that was about. And I think she saw that. Because I immediately turned in. Well, at first I looked at my watch, and then finished my workout in the app, and then headed to the locker room. But I think she saw that because the locker room was back behind us, and you saw the kind of the quick turnaround, not really quick, but kind of glance around behind her shoulder, and then suddenly I'm behind them, and I'm like in the locker room. I disappeared, and I was in there for like maybe 5 minutes. And next thing you know, I'm completely dressed, and I'm literally booking it. Like, my shit's on fire, because I'm like, I don't know what's happening here. I'm hungry. That's all I care about at this moment. You know, I want food, I want protein, and I'm on out. But, yeah. It was an interesting observation. Anyways, I got to work, and, Load was there. Got my food, dropped my bag off at produce, got my food, and I ran away. I ran back to produce, where A happened to be just in the back room, and I was dropping off, my energy drinks. And she's like, "Hey," and I'm all, and I said it in French, which is the phrase is bonjour, which means hello. Bonjour, magnifique. And it threw her off. She's like, he knows French. She didn't know the words fully. She knew bonjour, which she was like, hello. And I'm like, yep. And she's like, magnifique. Magnificent? No. And I'm like, no. She's like, I'm not going to play she was like, I'm not really going to play the guessing game. And I really wasn't either. And I caught her off guard because I was like, hello, beautiful. And she was like, "Aw." So I think she has a crush on me. Also, after she clocked off and I was off, I was kind of pulling pallets out. And I was trying to get shit done, figure shit out. And I'm like, hey. And I did the finger wag, and she came running. I was like, okay, that was interesting. So, ultimately, she's a sweet girl. So, anyways, work-wise, it was technically, it was 5 cold chain, 4 realistically, because it was flowers, and 1 1/4 dry. So it was like 6 pallets, and I was like, I flew through that so freaking fast. I had Area 51 to its own pallet, solids mixed in with like a quarter wet wall, so I was able to do that. Got it all put away, or got the salads worked in an hour, got the inside of the wet wall, got that done in like 20 minutes. And I got the berries done all before first break, so I would ultimately have worked, 1, 2, 3 pallets before lunch, or before break, and after break I had worked 5 in total. I was like, well, I don't understand fully what's happening here, but this is fucking dope. I was out of produce by 3:30. Yeah, 3:30 in the morning. I was like, dope. I'm done. I was done while I was cleanup after lunch, so lit me immediately, and I already had cleanup pretty much done. I had everything already stacked and ready to go, and it was just after lunch. It was get cleaned up and get the hell out. So it was dope. It was a good time, and I spent an hour in meats. And with us having the reefer truck instead of a freezer, I was like, I don't really want to go in there, for 1. For 2, they let it run out of gas, so it warmed up a little bit. Looks like we lost some ice cream. So, But shortly after that, I ended up helping Deli out. I ended up working the cart. I built them. The deli cart, or the one of the dairy carts fully, and then like 3/4 of the third cart. So like I worked a whole extra 2 pallets worth of freight, and I did that in like an hour. So I was like, dope, dope. So, anyways, it's Friday. I'm thinking about tonight's exercise. What my goal is. I'm definitely going to do arms. I'm thinking about just throwing her, throwing the girl for a curveball, because all she's ever seen me do is arms, chest, and back, and abs. So I'm just gonna throw a curveball. When we get there, she's there. Just start doing legs. Be like, have her just be like, what the fuck? Why is this guy suddenly focusing something else? Just want to mess with Omen's mind a little bit. I think it would be funny, but I don't know. Definitely got to work on arms, and I've been thinking about incorporating legs. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say today. It was a good day full of beautiful women. So, that's all I got for you today. I shall catch you all tomorrow. Later.